talking about parallel skew lines, which maybe you've heard that somewhere in your past. Okay, so parallel lines, these are lines that are in the same plane. They never intersect. They have the same amount of steepness, the same slopes. That's why they don't intersect. Two straight up and down lines, that is the symbol for parallel. Okay, have you heard about skew lines in your past?
Kind of.
These are lines, they don't lie in the same plane. They're not parallel, they're not intersecting. So here's an example of two skew lines. Line AB and line CG. See how they're not parallel, they're not intersecting, and they don't lie in the same plane. So skew lines are lines that are not parallel, they're not intersecting, and they don't lie in the same plane. So line AB and line CG would be an example of something that's skew. And we're going to pick some more out in some of these shapes here in a second. Okay, so parallel, I know you guys know that. Skew, that's maybe a new word to you. Okay, so looking at this next picture here, I'm going to unzoom it just a tad. It says to name the segments that are parallel to DC. Can somebody give me a segment that is parallel to DC? Austin, go.
AB.
AB. And I'm going to use the segment symbol. Okay, so is there any other segment that would be parallel to DC besides AB? JI. I heard another one. GH.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, DC.
So we have DC here and AB, those are parallel. DC and JI, those are parallel. And DC and GH, those are parallel. That's one of those diagonal planes that comes down like this. Okay, now we want to try to name segments that are skew. So I'm going to go ahead and draw DC. Adam, can you give me one that's skewed with DC?
Yeah, HB.
HB would be skew with it. Those definitely aren't parallel. And they're not intersecting. Which one? HI.
I think that one works. Good job.
Yeah. DC and HI, those are definitely not intersecting. They're not parallel. They're not in the same plane. There's another one.
AG.
GJ.
GIJ.
Yep. DC and GJ, those would definitely be skew. They're not parallel. They're not intersecting. They're not in the same plane. Can anybody see another one? AG. Yep. DC and AG, those are not parallel. They're not intersecting. They're not in the same plane. Okay, let's go to 3. Number 3 says, are AD, segment AD, and segment HI, are those parallel segments or are those skew segments?
Parallel.
AD and HI, parallel. And you can either write the word parallel, or if you want to just give me the symbol, 2 straight up and down lines, I'm fine with that too. It really doesn't matter to me. Okay, number 4 says, are AG and BC parallel or skew?
Skew.
Good.
Skew.
Okay, coming down here, parallel planes, it's kind of like parallel lines. It's like the ceiling and the floor, the 2 side walls, they're planes that never touch. Okay, so number 1 says, name a plane that's parallel to plane PRTU. Plane PRTU. That's the front of this box. What plane would be parallel to plane PRTU? SQWV. And I'm going to write the word plane. And SQWV. Of course, those letters could be written in any order. They don't have to be written in that order. And you could just use 3 of the letters. Remember, when you name a plane, it could just be 3 letters. Okay, everyone just take a moment and think about number 2, and then I'll call on somebody. Name a plane that's parallel to plane PRQS. Don't blurt it out. Name a plane that's parallel to plane PRQS, and then I'll call on somebody.
Oh. No, you don't. Stop. I know this one.
Okay, Zach, have you found it? Yeah, plane TWUV. Now, if you had those letters in a different order, it's okay, but that is the plane. Does anybody need me to color them, or we're all good there? Okay, number 3. says are segment PR and segment QR. PR and QR. Are those parallel, skew, or intersecting? Intersecting. I'm just going to put an I for intersecting. Where do they intersect?
In between this stuff.
At R. Segment PR and segment QR intersect at R.
Okay.
Remember, two lines intersect at a point?
Oh.
When two lines touch, they intersect at just one point?
This stuff is fun.
Good. All right, we're going to do 3 more, and then I'm just going to give you a teeny tiny assignment that matches this. Okay, so number 4 says, are segments PR and segments QV, are those parallel, skew, or intersecting? PR and QV. Yes, they are skew. I'm just going to use an S for skew. They don't intersect. They're obviously not parallel, so they must be skew. Okay, take a second and think about 5 and 6. Don't blurt them out. Okay. And how about 5? What did you guys say? Parallel. Beautiful. And how about 6?
Intersecting.
Very nice. And where do they intersect at? At U. Segment UV and segment TU, those intersect at U. Okay, do not lose these notes because it goes in more depth into other kinds of things, and we're going to work on those tomorrow. Okay, so all I want you to do are the first 12 on here. They should go super fast because it's like what we just did. So on this worksheet, I just want you to do 1 through 12, and then just stop. And then don't lose your notes because we'll need those for tomorrow.
Okay, well, we need to get a game of football.
And you have about 5 minutes. You could probably get these 12 done in that 5 minutes. So just 1 through 12, you've got about 5 minutes. You could probably get it done.
Oh my word, I might be able to.
Yeah.
A, B, E, yes, I think I'll be able to. No, that one I'm not smart.